Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I've got a DSA video today for you and it's going to be a bit recycled. I've effectively going to do a commentary on the Genie Tornado solo, right? There's two solos out, or there's a couple actually. One which uses the Tinkerbell and the other which uses Zeus. Now I'm going to go over the Zeus one today because it's just a lot quicker. The video is a lot quicker and it's the easier one, but you can take your knowledge from this video and use it with Tinkerbell. It's basically the same principles, right? But in any case, I wanted to do a commentary just to hopefully clear up how this works and help explain to people the mechanics of what's going on, right? So let's start with why this works, okay? And why this works is fundamentally due to a bug, which is a Maurice bug. Ultimately, there's going to be two types of genies that you're going to see in this video, right? There's going to be two copies, effectively. So one is going to be the genie producing a duplicate of himself, and this is on his passive ability, and it happens when he gets debuffed. So it's got a 3 cooldown, I believe, and so he'll basically make a copy of himself, and this copy will actually be made with all the buffs of the genie himself. So let's say you've used Frozone to give the real genie initially undefeatables and crit power up buffs and whatever. When he makes a copy of himself, that copy will then have all of those buffs. Now the Maurice clone is the other type of genie in this, right? Now what you're going to do with Maurice is you're going to use his hammer ability on the genie duplicate. Now this is the one that Genie has made himself. This isn't the real genie. So you use Maurice's hammer on the duplicate, and what actually happens is you create another real genie. Now that's the bug. It shouldn't be creating a real genie, it should be creating just another copy that can use only its basic attack. But you create a new genie that can use all of its abilities. The only major difference here, outside of being able to being the real genie, is that it won't attract all the buffs that it has. So if you use Maurice's hammer on that duplicate, it'll just create a new real genie which is without these buffs. Now the reason you're able to solo this is because of how evasions work. Now the Tornado Titan has kind of inbuilt properties to always go after or always insta-kill real characters that don't have the evasions first, right? So if you've got a team of characters with evasions and one doesn't, they're all real, the Tornado Titan will always insta-kill the one without the evasion. Now why this is important is because, as I said before, when Maurice uses his hammer ability and copies that duplicate, it creates the real one, but the real one has no buffs, okay? And because the real one has no buffs, it can be insta-killed. And this is the thing that keeps it going. The real genies made by Maurice are going to be the ones that get insta-killed by the Tornado Titan, okay? So it's basically a cycle, right? A circle. And you're going to need both types of clones here in order for this to work. You're going to need real genies to make copies of themselves, but then you can make real genies from the copies using Maurice. Does that make sense? Bit complicated, I know, but hopefully it makes sense. Now Zeus, positioning wise, you have to have Zeus behind Maurice and Hero, because he's gonna be giving them both evades, and those two characters are the most important characters outside of obviously Genie to keep alive. Zeus and Frozone can die. They're here for the initial part, which is to effectively buff that Genie at the start, and also Zeus is going to give out those evades. So anyway, I hope that explains why this will work, or why this does work, and I'm just going to jump into the footage and try to explain the setup. Once the setup's in play, we'll just let the video play out to the end. Alright guys, to explain the mechanics of the run itself. So the start setup is very important. The Tornado Titan will attack first, whoever has the most buffs. To avoid RNG, you want Frozone to have at least one G9 speed piece, so he's faster than an offense stone Genie. This way, you can freeze Genie with Frozone, it'll unfreeze before the Titan goes. Maurice and Hero should basic before the first turn to avoid those excess buffs. The Tornado Titan will then hit Genie, giving him a negative effect, and that will make him copy. As you can see in the footage, you'll use Maurice to hammer a Genie copy to make your first Maurice made Genie. Throughout the run, the key thing is to kill the minis before the Titan goes. You can kill them with Genie basic on the outermost mini on either side, which will then chain to essentially the Tornado Titan himself without feeding him turn meter. After the minis are killed, you can attack Tornado Titan with basics. So with Maurice, you'll copy Genie clones until every spot on the board is filled. With Hero, use evasion on every opportunity. So you can see in the footage here that Hero is basically building up evasions, and this is because of his own micro barriers ability, and also because of Zeus behind him giving out evades. It's very important that they get a decent amount of evades so that they will never get insta killed, or will never be at danger of losing their evasions for the insta kill. If you have to use Hero's basic or Maurice's basic, try to use them on the minis to avoid feeding turn meter to the main Titan. Until Frozone and Zeus die, you basically want to buff the Genies. It's most useful to buff a Genie duplicate made from Genie himself with Frozone to add more undefeatables. It'll help protect that copy for a bit, and also use those buffs as a way to tell who's who. These ones, like the one here you can see with all the undefeatables, is the one you want to be copying with Maurice, so it's a good tracker essentially. And then lastly, we'll talk about the spells. So Cauldron here, you want to basically put it down whenever there's a free spot, and also whenever you think you want to get some magic flowing to Maurice and Hero. Cauldron is less important now because of the fact that it doesn't give out 3 magic every time, but you can still put it down whenever you want, whenever you feel like it's necessary, or if you want to basically get an extra unit on the board. And then Horseman is a spell you're going to use when you basically have to, right? So you don't really need to use it. It's only if the main Tornado Titan has a lot of turn meter and still a lot of minis, but the likelihood of that happening is kind of slim. But it's the best spell for clearing like as many as you can. It's not guaranteed to clear them. You can use other spells like Dad Pants, for example, to at least always clear one, but Horseman is going to give you the best value for this kind of run. One last thing I wanted to say is you can always use Genie's middle ability to like flip effects. So if you're about to lose one of the weaker shadows and it has like continuous damage on it, you can use Genie to flip the harmfuls, give them a heal, and keep it alive a little bit longer. But yeah, that's the crux of the video, guys. I'm just gonna let the footage play out now and probably speed it up a little bit to the end. If you guys have enjoyed the video, please give me a like and subscribe. A thumbs up does a lot. A comment in the comment section also does a lot for the YouTube algorithm, so I would really appreciate it. Let me know your thoughts, and hopefully I've covered the video as best as I can. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one, guys. Thanks for watching.